This is our review of the Hilton La Romana Resort in the Dominican Republic. Okay, this resort is amazing. Very stunning.
Amazing. We looked at so many posts from the Facebook page and watched like as many, probably every video that's on YouTube, and I still don't think it ever did justice of just how amazing it is when you get here. Even if your flight was awful, it makes it worth it and you forget all about it because it's that amazing.
Yeah, as that view when you walk in.
Perfect. Yeah. We stayed on the family side, but we have access to all of it.
Even if you book the family side, because the family side is slightly cheaper, you are allowed, if you're over 18, to use everything in the resort other than Enclave, which for us, it was only, I think, $250 for us to upgrade to Enclave, where you get premium drinks, you get some lunch stuff at the bar.
I would say it wasn't necessary, but it was worth it.
Right now, it is June. We are staying in June. Our whole trip, like, it has been perfect. Clouds
if it
like
has
this,
rained, it's been like late at night.
and to the point where when we wake up in the morning, you wouldn't know.
No. We've been here for 6 nights.
But it's gone so fast because there's so much to do with this resort, from, you know, what? The water park to
The beach, the pools, everything in between.
But yeah, there's so much to do at this resort. We tried to walk around the whole thing, the whole property the first day, and we couldn't.
No.
We were so exhausted.
There was no way. A lot of people complained about the construction and were like nervous about that, but we honestly didn't notice it at all. We're in building 4 and the whole bottom floor is being worked on. It's not loud. There's not too many disruptions. Most of the time when they are working, you're probably at the beach or something. So people also said that there was bats and stuff on like being on the top floor. We didn't, I mean, there's a little bit of noise. It's a little bit nerve-wracking just from reading stuff because you assume it's a bat. It wasn't that bad. For the food,
Lots of food.
Pretty picky people.
Yeah.
So we were a little bit nervous, but there actually is a lot of variety and a lot of like picky people food, I guess you could say.
Yeah, lots of normal food. There's 7 restaurants, 2 buffets, snacks on the beach, snacks by the bar. There's pizza by the bar.
I would say that's the like one downside is they are a little bit strict on their clothing, which I understand because they're trying to keep up with the standard. But sometimes it's kind of frustrating if you want to be a beach bum and just like throw on a swim cover up.
Yeah.
For some people, that could be annoying.
For the buffet for breakfast and lunch, you can get away with cover-ups and sandals and whatnot, but just something to keep in mind.
Most of the time for lunch, we were always at the Enclave Beach Bar or beach area. So we always would walk to either where they cook the food, like every day it kind of changes. One day they had tacos, they had
like a barbecue where they had wings and
chicken
and
sausage, yeah. Right next to that is the other, like, I guess you could call it a burger bar. They had burgers, nachos, and hot dogs. And those were good. We got a lot of burgers. I would say the burgers are better than the hot dogs. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, if you wanted to walk a little bit further, there is the pizza bar.
Which was amazing.
Yes, it's pretty good.
So good that we didn't even want to venture because we paid for the Enclave and you can have, you know, like a la carte restaurants for lunch. We didn't even want to go change to go eat it. We were just like, we'll just eat pizza and burgers by the beach and call it a day.
And then we also ate at the water park. Our first 2 days, we were at the beach and the water park, and we had burgers and chicken wrap from there. That was actually pretty good.
Not too bad. Definitely, it's a bit of a walk to get to the water park, especially if you're on the adult side.
Yes.
So it is very nice that they have snacks and food that you can eat there because you are going to be exhausted if you're not used to this heat.
Mm-hmm. Every place has water bottles as well. Mm-hmm. And it is safe to drink. It's bottled water. It's Dasani, but if you are like really not a fan of it, you can ask for cups of ice, and that's really helpful because it melts pretty fast, so you get really ice cold water.
Yeah, out of the 7 restaurants, our favorite was the Hibachi.
Indeed.
Definitely, for sure. It was very good. We actually ended up having that twice.
That's the only one that you have to make a reservation for, and we kind of thought that since you had to make a reservation, you could only eat there once. but you can eat there multiple times, and we did.
Definitely have to try that one. Unfortunately, it is on the adult side, so if you have kids, that part is a bummer.
We did the teppanyaki part of it where they cook it in front of you, and that was really good. They put on a pretty good show. They're funny, and the food is very, very good. I would say it's almost better than the hibachi that we have at home sometimes. That was our meals that we ate the most of. We also ate at Mare.
Mare was good.
You had the beef skewers, and I had the fried mahi-mahi. It was actually really good. I would say that one was better than the mahi-mahi skewers at the grill. We also had the grill for breakfast. It was all right. After we tried the, Kyoba adult buffet,
Yeah.
it was way better for breakfast than the grill.
Yep.
So that part isn't really worth it enclave-wise.
We enjoyed the adult breakfast at the buffet a lot. That's where we ended up just choosing, we'll just go there for breakfast.
Yeah.
Because you could have an omelet. They had a ton of stuff to choose from.
They had stations where they make it for you. It's not like a grab-your-own buffet. They serve it to you, or they make it for you. They make fresh omelets or fresh smoothies, and you could put whatever you want in it, whatever ingredients. You can tell them, like, if you want 2 eggs, if you want 1, like, they'll do all of that for you, and they're very nice about it. At the buffets, they have theme nights. I think you can ask concierge about it. It changes all the time, so there's not really, like, a set schedule, but they could tell you what night is what. There was a mix of food.
Yeah.
You can definitely find at least something to satisfy for each restaurant, every single restaurant. And if you wanted, the other great thing about this is you don't have to book reservations for every single restaurant. So if you wanted to eat an appetizer at one restaurant, you could go eat your main dinner at another restaurant.
But yeah, overall, food at this resort is very, very good.
We really didn't have bad food at all this whole trip. I would say I wasn't a fan of the breakfast burrito at the grill. Past that, everything else I think was good.
I don't know why. We didn't love the grill, but
Yeah.
it was a very nice place to sit.
A few of the restaurants, I will say, have a little bit of a fly and gnat problem.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
I think some of it is, like, based off of what you order, because they kind of, like, almost attracted to some foods instead of others, which was odd.
You got a salad or something in it?
Yeah.
There's like 5 gnats all over it.
At the Italian restaurant. And the Italian restaurant is indoors, but they definitely wanted my salad. I don't know. I just let them have it at that point. I was kind of over it.
So the beach was amazing. This is where we spent most of our time, mainly in pretty much every time we sat down at the beach was in the enclave adult section. Most of it is honestly on a little bit of a rocky coast, but there's a good pathway to the left that goes to the family non-enclave beach where you can just walk straight down.
The beach is pretty clean and the sand is soft. They have people going around cleaning up trash and cleaning up, like, dead leaves that are in the sand. And we really didn't have an issue not wearing shoes.
Nope,
we brought water shoes.
Yep, we were worried about stepping on stuff and whatnot, but the beach around this area is honestly very clean. So.
The water is very clear. Right up by the beach, it seems like it's dirty water, but it's really just all the sand stirred up because the sand is very fine. But it's really not anything to worry about. It looks like seaweed or dirt, but it's really not.
Yeah, super, super clean. If you go out the rope where they have buoys and stuff blocking it off, snorkeling is actually really good out there for just off the beach snorkeling.
We saw a couple of fish out there. We've probably snorkeled almost every day and saw at least a little bit each time.
Yeah.
We got in the water every single day.
Yeah.
Also, if you make it to the adult enclave beach, Diomede is amazing. If you get a chance to meet her, please tell her Andy and Trevor said hi. And she is amazing. She is so kind, and I think she made our whole experience, like, that much better.
Yes. The servers on the beach are very nice.
Yes.
And, they can get you drinks. I don't think they bring you food or anything. I think they
Just
mainly do drinks, but very good. Rooms, very nice. Samsung TVs, walk-in shower.
You can stream to the TV. I had an issue. I couldn't get it to connect on the, screen share, but we did bring a HDMI cord and just hooked up our computer. We tried to hook up our Switch, but that is one thing. They have I think, only 3 regular plugins in the room, and one of them is pretty far from the TV, so if you had to plug something in to have power to play it, then it won't really work. We've heard people complain about the music at night sometimes because there is a DJ that goes until 2 a.m. Over here, I didn't notice too much. There's a little bit of bass, but nothing that's too bothersome. So I'd recommend, if you really are worried about like it being too noisy, pick a room further away from the family side. Another thing about our room is I would say we had 0 problem with the AC. Some people said that they had an issue of it like turning off, but we never had a problem. We brought like a balloon in case there was an issue. Our room stays so cold. I think you can set it all the way down to 60.
Yeah.
And we did indeed do that. It feels amazing coming back after like a hot day at the beach. We also brought damp red because a lot of people said that they use it a lot. We didn't have too much of an issue. None of our clothes felt sticky. Mm-mm. We gathered maybe like this much water in it.
So yesterday, to somewhat end the trip off, we went ahead and did a snorkeling trip with Scuba Caribe. How do you say that? Scuba
Caribe.
Yeah, Caribe. Yep, and it was very, very cool. We did the 1-hour tour session.
They do it from 2 to 3 p.m. every day.
When we first asked the hut down at the beach, if we could book it or whatever, more info, he tried telling us that it kind of wasn't a thing and that we need to do the sunset cruise, which is 2 hours on the yellow boat submarine thing. He ended up showing us the book where we flipped through and saw they did just have a snorkel. So he was like,
short snorkel one. Or they call it the local snorkel excursion, but it's an hour of snorkeling. It's right off of the beach. Like, you could still see the hotel, the beach, everything. And a guide takes you, and you kind of venture off from the boat, and he'll show you stuff and point out certain fish for you. And
definitely very, very worth it. For only $30 a person.
We were the only ones on our boat. So it was kind of like we had our own private snorkel experience. I don't know how that happened, but it worked. It was amazing.
Definitely a little crazy.
Our first day we got here was the most humid I have ever felt, and we've been to the Dominican before, but that was insane. Before we got here, we were looking at the weather map, and it was saying like cloudy every day and raining or whatever, but we really didn't have much of an issue. Some of the clouds come in, sometimes it clears off for like 2 hours and then they'll come back in, but honestly, with how hot it is, the clouds are very, very nice.
Yes, you will want some clouds.
Yes.
So, just like us, we've been outside a lot, and we're not burned. We put SPF 50?
I think so.
On and off, and it worked out great for us. We're leaving not totally toasted.
Mm-hmm. All the staff is very friendly, and there's also staff that are, like, extremely personable. They'll remember your name, and they'll, like, smile with you, or, like, you see them passing by, just, like, you're going to the beach, and they, like, oh, hi, amiga, like, it's so cool. They're very nice. Most of them speak very well English. If you're worried about them not understanding you, we didn't have any problem at all. Also, if you're, like, interested in learning a little bit of Spanish, they'll help you. Mm-hmm. They really like when you try because they notice that you're trying, and they'll ask you, like, oh, habla español or habla inglés, and, if you want to get a good reaction out of some of the people, say que lo que. It means what's up in Dominican. It's so unexpected because most people say hola or, whatever. So that's a little.
Yeah.
I would say the Enclave Adult Lounge was way better than the Enclave Family Lounge. There was just a lot more, like, food and snacks and drinks. There was an actual bar instead of, like, just alcohol in there. We didn't really have a problem with the alcohol. We kind of were nervous, and that's also kind of what made us upgrade, is we were nervous that the lower liquor would be hurtful to our stomachs, but we didn't notice too much of a difference. The drinks weren't watered down. We got drinks from Enclave and non-Enclave, and they were both great.
Yep.
We drank a lot of mojitos. They make great mojitos.
Lots of mojitos. Strawberry mojito, too. They might not have it on the menu, but they can make it, and those are fire.
For transportation, we used Raphael Gill from the Facebook page. We just Facebook messaged him and set everything up with him. It was very smooth. He's very nice. His AC is great. He has Wi-Fi on his van. Everything was great. He speaks good English, and he's very, very nice.
Yep. It is about an 50 minutes, 45 minutes,
Yeah.
an hour, around there, to the hotel from the airport from Punta Cana. Pretty easy. So we are going to go enjoy the rest of this trip before we have to leave, because we leave in like an hour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you got a little bit of a tip or something. We know we watched every single video on this hotel,
Yeah.
so might as well make our own. So yeah, if you have any other questions, things that maybe we forgot to mention, because I'm sure we forgot to mention something. Leave it in the comments below. We'll answer them all. And we should have a few little videos of this resort on my channel, maybe walking into town, because we did walk into Bayahibe.
Yes.
So watch that one. And
Yeah.
that's it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.
We'll catch you on the next one.